Hi everyone, this is Autopotrophy. Let's check out Demon's Tilt, occult pinball action on Nintendo Switch. This is the third platform I've covered Demon's Tilt on. So yeah. Language is auto. Okay, fine. Don't let me pick. I don't care. That's the only option is the language. Oh, no, fine. And Tate mode if you want to play with the screen tilted. Although I would assume that's mainly for portable play. Alright, normal mode, EX mode, extra rules and bonus subtables, good for experienced Demon's Tilt players, hardcore, one ball mode with punching difficulty. Not going to be punching difficulty, it's pinball. I mean, there's pretty much just one difficulty for a pinball game. Let's play normal. Where are all the other options? I could have swore there was more options in Demon's Tilt. Maybe it's different on this platform. That's usually why I cover these games on different platforms. Okay, maybe there. Aha, there's you have to hit select to get into other options. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, where is my cursor? Screen shake. No, thank you. Screen flasher is okay. Multiball, tighter zoom. I would probably want a wider zoom for multiball. Oh, well, let's leave it on the defaults here. However, let's turn down the sound because it's really freaking loud. Okay, is that all I have? Yeah, okay, sure, let's do it. Oh, wait, I didn't say no sound. Wow, is it really that quiet if I turn that down? I didn't think that would be a big deal. How about 50%? You're going to be pissed that I turned on the sound? Okay, well. Well, it's real clean looking. It's a full 60 hertz, so that's good. I don't prefer follow mode for of my pinball games. It's just too much movement. It's not the feeling of pinball too either. I mean, you know, pinball is like a kind of a static game. It's real clean looking. I mean, this is actually pretty impressive. I wasn't sure how this was going to run on the Switch. Because it's not a really great performer on PC. But it seems like they took some extra time to get this to run optimized on the Switch. So that's good. I don't normally expect that from indie developers to put the extra time in. I know that sounds mean, but it's just that, you know, they have limited resources. Traditionally, it's, you know, just a couple people to work on a conversion, or they'll hire up another team, and that team won't work very hard either. So this is nice. I like it. You can pick either. You can pick either trigger button. You can pick the right button or the trigger buttons to use your flippers. So that's good. Sometimes. Like, I think with the PlayStation 4 version, you can only use the top buttons. You can't use the triggers. I don't know if you can change that either. I want to say the same thing of the Xbox One version too, but I'll have to go back and play it again just to verify that. Because everybody knows that the trigger buttons are always the more comfortable buttons, and then like the digital buttons, you know, the R buttons are always like, you know, you use them when you have to. And actually, the PlayStation has, or Sony has released a attachment to the PlayStation 4 controller, which hooks onto the bottom of your current PlayStation 4 controller and adds the additional are buttons, except they place them underneath the controller, you know, where your hands already are. It's just actually pretty clever. It's actually what they do for the what is it, the Pro Controller? I forget what they call it. The Elite Controller for the that's for the Xbox. I think that's what we'll see in the next generation controller designs, is that we'll see just a single pair of trigger buttons at the top, and then the other buttons will be located underneath the controller. It's a pretty smart move, I think. Wow, I suck. But yeah, that's yeah, that's not surprising. If anybody's been watching my channel, they know I'm not good at games. I just play them. I love them, but good at them, no. That's not me. Occasionally, I'll find a game that I'm good at, but yeah, not often. Yeah, I think unfortunately what hurts the game is that the music is just not. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a preference thing, but I really don't fancy it very much at all. I mean, it's okay. I think it's trying to emulate the Sega Genesis sound chip, and it sounds nothing like the PC Engine or TurboGrafx sound chip, which is really where I think a game like this really belongs. Is that sound? It's a difficult sound to emulate because, you know, obviously those were professional composers, and this one's just okay. But I really I wish they would have went for the turbo sound instead of the Genesis sound. It just is not as good. It's a reasonable effort, but it's just not right. Other than that, you know, the sound effects for the actual tables are, I think, are fine. It's serviceable, you know. And the voice is appropriately unintelligible, like most pinball tables. Although I don't know if that's a good thing. Yeah, it's definitely better without the auto-centering screen with the ball. It's just too much scrolling. Okay, yeah. I am so good at this game, no matter what platform it's on. I think the major advantage of having it on the Switch is that if you play in portable mode, you can put it in Tate mode, which gives you the advantage of having the full vertical screen. Along with the normal advantage of having a game like this portable, I think that's a strong sell. More so than even the PC or the PlayStation or Xbox versions. Because pinball is definitely the kind of game that you play on the go. You know, it's not too deep, but it's you know, deep enough so that it'll keep you distracted for a long time. Ah, shit. Jesus. I keep forgetting these other flippers are here on the side. I'm not used to playing pinball games with like a bunch of them all everywhere. This music is, I don't know what the hell. Like the title music and this music, I'm not sure what's going on here. This is one of those games where I sort of want to contact the developer and then just give them some songs I could use for free. But you know, it's an insult to the current artist. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing. It's just it's not my preferred sound. That's all. I definitely don't like that crappy guitar that from the Genesis sound bank. It's one of my least favorite sounds. It came from a lot of the American dev kits. Oh, shit. Do you guys want more sound? You probably do, don't you? It's a little quiet. Here. You want to hear my voice too much? Totally not offended by that. Ooh, that was like super loud. Wow, that's a drastic turn. Glad they added some of the spinning icons to let you know where the ball is. I think that was one of my initial complaints during the early access days of Steam. Some developers really listened a lot to the fans, or the purchasers of the game, so that's good. Shit. God. Why is it warping into the bottom of the screen? I guess Alright, so that was Demon's Tilt. This is Oddpostry, and you're watching Demon's Tilt on Nintendo Switch. It is a very, very good conversion of the original Demon's Tilt on PC. It matches up very well with all the other versions that are available on the next-gen system, so I think it was a good job. It was a good conversion to go to the Switch. It's maybe even better on this platform because of the nature of the portable system, where you can use Tate mode to turn your screen vertically. So yeah, I'd say I would recommend it for folks that like pinball. If they don't mind having fantasy pinball, if they want real pinball simulation, then there is Pinball Effects, and there's lots of tables over there. But if you want fantasy pinball, I think this is pretty good. Not as good as the source material that it was inspired from, Devil's Crush, but that's not available on this platform. So this is the next best thing you can have. So yeah, I would recommend it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.